everyone, and welcome to Voices 360 Degrees. My name is Steph, and today I'll be talking about how to have difficult conversations. I'm sure we've had a time where we had something to say, but we didn't know how or when to say it. What the outcome is going to be, especially when it affects our personal lives and our professional life. The exciting thing is, I will be talking about how to have those conversations either with our loved ones or a colleague at work. So stay tuned as I will go through these steps with you. The first step is to be bold and courageous. I know it's easier said than done, but what does it mean to be bold? Forget the dictionary meaning now. All you need to do is sum up that courage to deal with this situation. So you just go to the person involved, let them know you want to have the discussion with them. If it means booking an appointment with them, setting up dinners with them, or just taking off a time off your schedule during your breaks to have that conversation with them. All you need now is muster the courage to show up. And the good thing is you do not have to be perfect at it. All you need to do is take one step at a time. Set that conversation rolling. Give it a start. That's all you need right now to have that difficult conversation. Now let's move to the next step. Step number 2. Clearly point out your concerns. What do I mean by clearly pointing out your concerns? The first thing to do is you have to know what the concern is with you. What do you think is the issue? How does it affect you? You have to understand it before having that conversation. Okay? So now, for instance, if your partner isn't spending quality time with you, how do you express this to your partner? Okay, you've called him, you guys are having a conversation now, you're at the table and you're like, hey baby, I think you're too busy at work these days and you do not give us time. You don't spend time with me. You're always on your laptop or you're working. After your 9-to-5 job, you're home, you're still working. After dinner, you're still working. Even while having dinner, you have your headset on, looking for the next step to do, the next thing to do, the next money to make. I know I'm laughing it out because this is kind of personal now. So this was I and my husband having this conversation. So now I'm going to tell you exactly how I started this conversation. So I'm going to be real here with you, okay? So it was dinner time. And before dinner, my husband was working on his laptop doing some things. Of course, trying to make money for the family and all that. Yeah, money is important. And a man has to work, I know. But a woman needs her time. And for me, quality time is one of my primary love language. I need that time. Okay, so I knew that there was an issue. I already had a stressful day from work. I was back from work and I just kept to myself. So it was dinner time. I was making dinner and my husband, my sweet husband, had his headset, came down for dinner with his headset on. And I was like, within me I was like, oh, dinner time? Now it's my dinner time, it's my time. You're supposed to stop working. So I didn't tell him, but he was nice enough to tell me, oh baby, no, I can hear you, okay? You know I'm here. When you want to talk to me, just talk to me. And in my heart, I was like, oh yeah, right. Like, you really want to talk? Why do you have your headset on? I said that. So I was making dinner and I was so bitter. Okay, we decided to have that conversation. I summoned the courage to do that. And I was like, baby, I do not think you're spending quality time on me. And now this is where I need to let you guys know. quality time. That is, to me, that's the key term now. Let's define it. During our conversation, he had to ask me, we've been together after work. I had my laptop, he had his laptop, we're working, right? He was like, but we were working, we spent time together. And I was like, yes, we were in the room together, doing things together, but I picked up my laptop because you had your laptop on. So he said, but we're both working on our laptops and we're still talking. Now, he asked, so what do you mean by spending time together, quality time together? So now remember, I said clearly point out your concerns by defining those key words. You get? I defined it. Oh boy. Then I realized that quality time for men is actually different from ladies. He told me that men could be in the same room doing the same different things together, and that's like time well spent for the boys. But for a lady, it's different. We ladies like to go to do similar things. We go to the spa, we make our nails together, we just do things together. That togetherness, doing one particular thing, that's like quality time. Perfect time well spent for ladies. So I explained it to him that this is how I would like us to spend those times together. We do one thing, we achieve one goal together. So probably looking at one laptop, doing even what he was doing would have been perfect for me. So he understood it, and trust me, guys, sometimes these difficult conversations could have just been a misunderstanding, miscommunication. That's why this point is really, really important. It's important. So letting your spouse know exactly how you feel could just be that jackpot needed. Just imagine if I said nothing, we had dinner, and he felt, probably I didn't have anything to say, so he could keep multitasking, and he didn't know how I felt. We could probably have just gone to bed, and I would have been bitter. You get? So you really need to clearly state these things, which is the reason why you need to define key points. Trust me, that could just be the jackpot. So we're moving on to number 3. Stop being judgmental. So what do I mean by being judgmental? When one makes assumptions of another person's intent without asking them. Oh, you're God, right? You really know what they have in. You really know what they mean, right? Please, guys, you need to stop being judgmental. I'm also talking to myself because I also listen to my podcast and my videos to improve myself, make myself better, right? So now, trust me, being judgmental leads to no positive outcome, especially when you're seeking a peaceful resolution. Okay, if you are in a relationship, you're in a marital relationship, you know that having this conversation, you're not seeking for a divorce or seeking to quarrel with your spouse. You just want peace. That peace of mind, that's what you need. So how would being judgmental help you get that outcome? Exactly. It would not. So stop being judgmental, guys. You really need to stop it. Okay? It would only turn that conversation to an argument. Okay? So now, what do you do instead of being judgmental? Now, you have to spike up that curiosity in you. Okay? Become curious. Ask. Okay? Curiosity sustains the conversation than escalating it. Okay? Now, I know when we are at that heat of conversations, we actually do not listen. We hear the other party actually talking, but do we actually listen? Yeah, that's the take-home question for you. Go answer it yourself. Okay, sometimes I'm going to be really real, okay? So sometimes I do not listen. Okay, I hear the other fellow talking, and sometimes what I do is I hear what they are saying, and I'm building up my own comeback. I'm building up my comeback. My response, it has to be hot. My response has to be hotter than what he's saying right now. He has to feel it. He has to feel exactly the hot I feel, right? I'm sure you do the same thing, but trust me, you have to take a new leaf. We have to take a new leaf. Instead of hearing, we have to do more of listening. We have to listen carefully to responses being given to you in a bid to understand. What are you understanding? Why your spouse or your friend or your colleague at work is acting the way they are. Okay, is it something that you are doing unconsciously, or they are interpreting it in a way that is not favoring your relationship or your union? Or exactly, are they being judgmental? Okay, so being judgmental is not just from your part now. So you have to listen to know if they are being judgmental or they are making assumptions about you. So by listening, you're able to point out those things and say, hey, I know this was how you took this, but that wasn't what I meant. This was what I meant. You can only do that if you're listening and not trying to build your own comeback. Okay, so you have to do that. So now, do not rush into making your point. Okay, I know we all have to make points, but we have to make points. You have to build up on what the other person has said. Don't just talk outside the box just to keep talking and airing your hearts. No. Build on it. Build on what the person has said. And likewise, they will do the same thing to you. So in a nutshell, ask for clarity if you need it. That helps a lot. Okay? Ask those questions. Listen. Stop doing just hearing. You need to listen. And I'm sure the next person will reciprocate that to you as well, okay? That is the third point, so we're going to move on to the fourth point, and we will be right back. Just to let you know, we're going to continue this series, and you'll be hearing 5 more points. So we'll be continuing from the fourth point on the next episode of how to have difficult conversations. I'm gonna see you on the next episode or my next video, and don't forget to share your experience. I'm sure we've all had that experience. Share your comments, and I'll be sure to also comment. Okay, we're gonna have that discussion together. Don't forget to like this video and share with your family and friends. Thank you once again for tuning in today, and have yourself a lovely day. Bye.